Welcome everybody, I hope you guys are having an awesome day and welcome to today's flight. Today we're going to be doing some full flight in the beautiful BlackSquare studio Grand Duke. We're going to do some full flights here in the west coast of the USA. We're going to do a full flight from Montgomery, where we are currently right now, up to Watsonville, also in California. After that we're going to continue on northward, ending up down in Victoria outside of Vancouver. We have approximately 6 hours of total flight time today, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get the aircraft going to our first destination. Welcome to the hangar and apron. As you can see, our aircraft has been stowed down. We had to open the doors just before I started the video, so we can go get the aircraft fully prepared for our departure. So let's see. Engine, can it spin around? Yes, it can. So let's remove the engine cover and pitot covers. Ground power is not needed. Let's see. Chocks is removed, and aircraft looking great. So let's do the walk around at the same time. So pitot tubes are uncovered on both sides. Fuselage itself is undamaged. Let's open up using load some baggage. And let's see, engine spins freely, wing, de-assembly looking great, lights is looking great. Moving along, we have the aileron and the flaps looking great, the door is open, and no damage on fuselage, stabilizer, elevator, and tail is looking great. There's a little bit of a simulator freeze, and same goes for the other side. Fuselage is looking great, flaps looking great, and same for the wing. Sorry, I mean aileron. Same goes for the leading edge de-icing booth, and let's go to the left, so the right engine, and it spins freely. And good on this side. So let's go and get the aircraft powered up, and let's get going. And passing this beautiful diamond aircraft, so let's just jump in. Alright, welcome on board. Let's just quickly move past you and let's go. So, flight control locks can be removed. So let's just see, we have full working authority, which is great. And let's see, for today we're going to be carrying full load of both people and passengers. So let's see, we're going to get the passenger. We're going to be carrying some VIPs up north, so that's why we are carrying the passengers. So let's see if I would cut up you, and let's see. So 5 passengers today. Standard weight of 82 kilograms, and I weigh 91 kilograms. For our fuel, we're going to carry a minimum of 363 kilograms. So I'm going to carry a little bit more than that just in case. And we can carry a maximum of 645. So let's just reduce you down to 437. Should be fine. For cargo, we're going to carry 21 kilograms of baggage. 24, that's close enough. So let's just close the nose door. Okay, the cabin door open for now actually. And let's see, aircraft is loaded up, and let's start with oil, start to get the engine ready. So, this won't work. So let's see, battery on. Alright, oiler on the right engine can be started. Just need to make sure that the aircraft is good before we start it. Alright, that should be good. Starting the fuel pump, and let me just quickly go. Throttle to full, U to 0. Should be good for fuel. I will turn that off. Alright, so engine, quarter throttle, and start. So, engine has been started. Let's give a little bit of time to stabilize itself. Alright, engine stabilized, thrust reduced to 1200 RPM. Great. So, let's start up a little bit. So, generator can come on, take the master inverter and on. And let's see, temperature is actually perfect, so we can just keep it as is. And let's go and get our Garmin's put up with the flight plan while we're waiting. So, let's see. And I'm just was not the correct one. Alright, so where are you? Engine shake. Let's see. Screensaver, stall buffering, propelled slip, propelled crash. So let's see, clear prop, turn you off, control lean. You can be turned off, and let's see. First waypoint will be Mike Zulu Bravo. Mission bay to be precise. After that we're going to continue, let's see, load airway, Victor 23 to LAX, and then after that we're gonna continue on another airway, Victor 299 to Victor Tango Uniform, and then on another airway to Romeo Zulu Sierra, so let's see, R Zulu Z, yes, and after that we're going to continue on another airway, Tango Victor Tango 257 to Blanc, and then on another airway it's going to be Victor 27 to BSR, and you guessed it, another airway to, let's see, Victor 11 to Sierra November Sierra, and after that it's going to be a visual approach into airway. Let's see, Kilo, let's see, Whiskey, Victor, Indy, Watsonville, Municipality. Good, 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 and good. Got the map. And let's load up the navigation on you, and I believe we actually have some ATC online. Let's just turn into that. So let's see, we are going to be carrying contacting approach on 128.050.
No.
Not that this much, actually going to be Santos control on 126.
136 heavy is SoCal departure.
525.
Passing 2600 today.
American 136 heavy SoCal departure and our contact on maintain 13000.
Squawk 1004.
Climate Jane 13000, American 136 heavy.
Southwest 1982, contact LA Tower 120.95.
So you are good.
Tower 120.95.
120.95, Southwest 1982.
And 218, descend to maintain 2600.
Descend to maintain 2600, Delta 218.
American 136 heavy, what waypoint are you going direct to?
At the moment we are inbound PV, American 136 heavy.
American 136 heavy for traffic, fly heading 220.
Left heading 220, American 136 heavy.
And you can expect direct hold.
Roger.
And Delta 829 with you at 18,700 for approach into LAX.
Delta 829 SoCal approach, LA altimeter 299.5 at Circus, cleared ILS runway 24 right approach.
At Circus, cleared for 24 right. Can you repeat that again for Delta 829?
Yeah, 24 right.
Roger that, 24 right for Delta 829.
American 136 Heavy, fly heading 180.
Left heading 180, American 136 Heavy. Can give you a rate of climb if it has to.
American 136 Heavy, get some more spacing to the center. Delta 689, LA.
Back to operate.
Antigone. Yeah, 218, turn right heading 180.
Alright, I'm just gonna get the engine number 2 started up. So,
45 Alpha.
let's see. Door
Maintain
closed.
2600.
Oiler start.
And Delta 829, I'm so sorry, I forgot to change my aircraft stuff on here. I am not Boeing 737-900, I am Airbus 21EO.
Gotcha.
Descent 2500, United 45 Alpha.
That's at 2600.
2600, 45 Alpha.
Delta 869, reduce speed to 210 knots.
Reduce speed to 210, Delta 869.
The oiler's good, and let's get the fuel pump on. Thrust to full.
American 136 heavy, turn left, direct full.
Direct toes, American 136 Heavy.
Yeah, 218.
And thrust to idle.
220, Joe on the localizer.
Right,
So, 25%, and let's get that started up.
Cathay 82 heavy, SoCal approach, expect visual approach 24 right.
Expect visual approach from 82.
Alright, both engines started up, so let's close up U.
United 178 Golf, SoCal.
SoCal approach, United 17 Golf, with you.
Please check in earlier and expect ILS 25 left.
Just gonna change my configuration.
ILS 25 left, United 17 Golf.
Yeah, 218, airport 2 o'clock, 12 miles, port sign.
Reporting site, American 218.
American 136 heavy, direct holds 17,000 in LA Center on 126.52 today.
Alright, and that's believe we can. So let's see. We have both engines up and running. I have to wait until this is gonna get heated up a little bit more.
American 136 Heavy, good day.
Generator on. Both are on.
1265.
So both P2 heats can come on.
United 218,
Thrust can
airport
come
now,
in.
12 o'clock, 12 miles, port sign.
Beacon navigation light can come on.
Site, American 218.
And let's see. Altimeter at Montgomery is currently 29, 20, 2997. Set. On the other side as well.
2531 SoCal, yep.
Yep.
Yep, I'm here, Frontier Flight 25.
Roger, initial altitude LA is 5,000.
So,
Please
flight
make
directors
sure
on this
check time
side, navigation is armed.
3000.
And put
Turn
you
left,
to
right
pitch
clipper.
up.
Alright, we'll remember for next time we'll climb up to 13,000 and clear direct clipper, Frontier Flight 2531.
Yeah,
So,
4180,
pitch in
runway 20
on,
right,
prop
clear
sync
land.
on.
20 right, clear landing at 4188.
Yeah, 441 Texas parking via Alpha with me today.
Stay with you,
And we are good on that pitch.
Yeah, 45 Alpha, what are you doing?
Los Angeles approach, November 4 at Montgomery. Executive airport guessing IFR clearance to Watsonville.
Yeah, 45 Alpha, turn right heading 220, join the localizer. My guy, you have to respond. United 45 Alpha, turn right heading 220, join the localizer, please.
Turn right to 20 on the localizer.
And
45 Alpha.
I don't know what you're doing, but the star does not have you turn into the final. So, you know, if you need to disconnect the autopilot, please turn right heading 220. You're going to be in traffic conflict otherwise.
Report to Delta Mike ready, 15 at Bravo 1.
Report to Delta Mike, flighting 210, they're below 3,000, runway 15, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 15 at or below 3, heading 210, report to Delta Mike.
Frontier flight 2531, climb maintain 15,000, LA Center now 126.52.
Climb and maintain 15,000, LA Center 126.52, thanks Frontier flight 2530.
Yeah, 45 Alpha, change to runway 25 left. Do you have 25 left in sight, 12 o'clock and 10 miles?
Please say again, 45 miles per hour.
Do you see the airport? 25 left runway. It's going to be at your 2 o'clock, 10 miles.
Alright, I'll just cut the video till we have gotten a clearance.
Air 422, thanks for your patience. You're cleared to the Watsonville Airport. On departure, fly runway heading. Radar vectors mission bay that is filed. Maintain 3000, expect 6000. 10 minutes after departure. Departure with me, squawk 1004.
Clear to Watsonville, runway heading for departure, initial climb 2000 feet, expect flight level 160, 10 minutes after departure, squawk 1004, November 422.
422, read back correct, 28 right, call for taxi.
November 422, ready for taxi, 28 right.
422, roger, runway 28 right, taxi via Hotel Alpha.
28 right, Hotel Alpha, November 422.
United 178 Golf, turn right heading.
Alright, we're not getting no taxi clearance, so taxi light on.
Right heading 160, United 178.
Hard over so we don't crash our wing into the hangar.
Heavy contact LA Center 126.52.
And let's see, taxiing on Hotel and Alpha, so let's take the right here.
2 Delta Mike at 3000.
November 4000 Mike, thanks, and maintain VFR outside of Los Angeles, 5 Bravo airspace, Burbank altimeter 2993.
Left is clear, right is clear.
VFR clear into the Bravo at 9903. 2 Delta Mike.
Southwest 869, contact tower 120.95.
120.95, yep.
At 178 Golf, turn right heading 220. Join the runway 25 left localizer and let me know when you have the airport in sight. 2 o'clock, 15.
Turn right heading 220, to rejoin localizer 25 left, report when inside United 170 Golf.
Got the 882 heavy, descend to maintain 2,600.
Descend and maintain 2,600, copy 882 heavy.
Alright, so we're now taxiing beautifully, initial climb 3000 feet. So just gonna be evenly to 1200.
Doing just fine.
Roger, just checking. Sorry about that.
So the wings look clear. We have our taxiway on currently on Hotel. Taxi to the end, then take a left-hand turn onto Alpha. After departure, we're gonna fly a runway heading, or in other words, 280.
Let's do this probably a little bit quicker. You're cleared to enter Los Angeles class Bravo airspace. 090.
Cleared into the Bravo at heading 090. 42 Delta Mike.
United 178 Golf, you have the airport in sight.
Second approach, United 178 Golf, airport in sight, established on localizer, United 178 Golf.
United 178 Golf, roger. Cleared visual approach 25 left. Towers on 120.95 today.
Alright.
25 left.
Alpha.
Contact tower 120.950, United 170 Golf. Thank you, bye.
Okay, I'll go to 152, descending the engine for at platform 240.
Alright, let's go and get our engines run up before.
The 1152 Civic approach, thanks Delta, LA altimeter 2995, that's Circus, cleared ILS runway 24
So,
right approach.
At check-in, cleared ILS,
turn
24 right approach. That's 11.
Here. So, brakes are working. Parking brake has been set. Thrust. Increasing propellers to 2000 RPM.
Approach good evening, Spirit Wing 1692, descending through 18,000 on the Hollywood 1 with information Delta.
Fairway.
Alright, 2000 RPM.
LA altimeter 2995.
So,
CView
we need
cleared,
to-
ILS runway 25 left approach.
1500 RPM.
CView clear.
Same for the right side.
Runway 25 left approach, Spirit Wing 1692.
Alright,
Airport Delta
working.
Mike, altitude is your discretion.
Fuel pump 1.
2 Delta Mike, roger that. Climbing to 8,500.
And change.
Sorry, Delta Mike, turn.
And change. Great. So we have now engine run up.
3, 4 o'clock and 5 miles. Heavy 777 descending at 6,000.
And yes, feathering is actually working. And let's go to this 2,500 RPM. Try not to
Flash
overshoot.
601, SoCal, yep.
So 2,500 RPM.
Delta Mike.
Flaps
Copy, turn.
full down.
15 to the left now, traffic.
And let's see.
3 o'clock, 4
Fuel
miles,
usage is within
correct.
limits. Mental pressure is good. RPM is stable. And let's see. Oil pressure on good engines and everything else is great.
15 degrees. What's your Delta Mike?
Yes. Trust.
25, 2,500. Flight level 2.
Back to idle and let's go and request our takeoff.
American 625, so departure radar contact. Westjet 601, SoCal, yep.
So-called approach November 422 ready for takeoff. Alright, so let's climb to 1200 feet before we return.
422,
Approaching 28 right.
However, after departure runway heading, declare for takeoff 28 right, November 422.
Delta 829, tower 9120.95.
So, heading mode on U.
905 for Delta 829.
On runway 28
Trust.
right.
Before we do anything else, lights, set, landing lights on, and windshield heat on, trust.
40, planning at 3,007.
Got 882, you got block and repeat that transmission.
There's a traffic off your 9 o'clock Delta.
And we are good on that page. So, speed is increasing.
4,000.
Got 882, roger, roger, traffic.
80 knots.
Departure west at 601.
Nose
taking
carefully
into,
up.
out of
So, positive rate of climb, gear up.
601. Look out. Please make sure you
Alright,
read the
nose to
departure
15
on
degrees.
the chart that you're, or the departure set that you're flying. It is not a left turn direct clipper. So for now, you can continue direct clipper and climb maintain 13,000, but please pay attention next time.
And I have forgotten to take the transponder to the on positioning.
November 208 Charlie Victor is on the ground at Catalina,
Autopilot
IFR
on.
to Santa Monica.
So, flaps up, nose down.
direct clipper was at 601. Affirmative.
Missed the entire transmission. Please read the SID before you take off. Direct clipper, climb maintain 15,000.
And let's see, speed is good, flaps is up, gear is up, climb on great.
1516,
Taxi lights can come off.
Maintain 5,000.
Cathay 82, heavy turn right heading 220, join the low flash.
First turn heading 220, trying to live by the 24 right, got the 82 heavy.
Delta 1516, SoCal radar contact, climb maintain 13,000.
Maintain 13,000, stop 1516.
And 422, SoCal departure, IDEC, climb maintain 6,000.
6,000 feet, November 422.
American 625,
So,
LA Center 126.
reducing thrust
26,5, FPD
just
maintain
a
25.
tiny bit.
Flash at 601. What waypoint are you directing, my guy?
Okay, forward.
Nose down a little bit.
Clipper was at 6.
Clipper is behind you.
Alright, climb out looking great.
Delta left 52, reduce speed at 210.
210, Delta 152.
And 422, IDEC.
Sorry about that, November 422.
November 208 Charlie Victor on the ground at Catalina,
Always forget
IFR
about
to
that.
Santa Monica.
Roger, stand by. Delta left 52, traffic 11 o'clock. 6 miles, same direction, Spirit Airbus, sitting out of 9,900 for the South Complex.
Circle for traffic, Delta 150.
Delta Mike traffic back to resume own navigation.
Traffic, no factor, resume on nav, 42 flight, thank you.
Delta 1516, turn left right Clipper.
Left to right Clipper, Delta 1516.
Traffic inside the world 50.
Delta 1152, thanks, maintain visual separation from the traffic here for the north side, there for the south side.
Keep visual separation of world 50.
422, your radar contact 5 to the west of Montgomery, thanks, climb maintain 15,000.
Climb and maintain flight level 150, November 422.
So Clipper check, good afternoon, Delta 1172 passing 220 at 4 airborne.
Delta 1172, so we approach, circus cleared, LS runway 24 right approach.
Clear LS 24 right.
Alright, 10,000 feet, not really much more to say, so also talking out to us already sending into... Alright, 1,300 feet is going to be our final tilt. We are now inbound the VOR for our airport. So this functions a little bit differently than the other approach I usually fly. This one I have to do a visual approach and then manually fly into the runway we're going to land on. So for now, let's descend down to the altitude we are going to fly at. Or to be precise, the minimum of 1,300 feet. So landing lights on and nose down, thrust to flight idle or reduced thrust, and let's try a little bit more up. Alright, so we are now closing in. And let's see chart. We are flying approach. We are flying the VOR Alpha into runway, so let's zoom in. So right now we have just passed the VOR and we're now flying straight into the airport, and of course in case anything happens we're going to fly around and come back again for a second attempt, but that is not our biggest issue. And let's see the winds for our airport. I'll quickly get those. So winds are at 200, so the best way will be to land in from information airport. And let's see, runway 20, either 27 or 20 should be fine for us. So that means we're gonna fly in, and then we're gonna manually fly out. So I'm guessing we're gonna fly manually down to the diner waypoint and then fly visually in for runway 20. Other than that, the approach itself should be fine. The weather is visibility is more than 10, and there should be no cloud or anything else. Might be some. Let's see. Sea pressure is at 33, so it's 3003. Set. And we are coming in. So as soon as we get to this cloud layer, we should be fine. So speed down a little bit more, just so we aren't overspeeding. So slightly reduce the thrust a little bit more. So mixture to full reach. Continue all the power we can in case we have to do a go around, which I hope we don't have to do, but in case we do, we are ready for it. Alright, no traffic is inbound. I won't bother with calling out anyway. Alright, so weird effect, but right now we are just passing below the clouds. Let's see, humidity is at 64, so there can be some fog, but visibility is more than 10, so we should be fine. Alright, 1000 feet to go, diner has been almost reached. Airport should be straight ahead of us. Alright, 1,300 feet has been reached. Let's get the aircraft. Let's see, runway should be straight ahead, I believe. No, it was not that. Skybase. Speed is reducing, that is on purpose. Alright, I believe we actually have the runway in sight straight ahead of us. Alright, confirm, runway straight ahead for us. So, flap to approach. I have control, and on the command of flight control from here. Thrust increase, nose trim a little bit down. Prop to max. Alright, correct, we have confirmed. We are currently looking down around the correct airport. So, runway 20 is the runway over there. It's also the longest runway. So, speed reduction. Gear down. Alright, runway in sight, and the runways are fully clear, and we have no traffic, so let's go. Go straight in. Flaps full. Let's keep it at roughly 100 knots. Check. We are a little bit high, and I'm going to reduce the thrust. So, runway is fully within sight. We have the airport, runway in sight, runway is clear. We go for landing.
Caution, taxiway. Caution, taxiway.
Yes, 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 we are coming in quick, coming in at a nice little crab angle, but it should be fine. Right, runway, flare, come on.
Long landing! Long landing! 600 meters remaining.
So, that was
300 remaining.
So, let's get the taxi light on. And let's get the aircraft into the correct configuration. So, let's see. Let's get the window and probe heat off. Flaps can't come up. Let's turn off the blower.
30 meters remaining.
Let's turn off the electric pitch trim, and let's get off the runway. So let's see. We are on the ground. And let's open the cowl flaps at the same time, just so we don't overheat our engines. Alright, to full, and let's do the same for the left engine. Alright, cowl flaps is now fully open. And let's see. Expecting it to be actually gravel run, gravel taxiway, but hey. I know we had a decent landing as well, and we are now coming onto the parking area. Ah, here we are. Alright, we're going off to guest parking area so we can get these VIPs off and let's get our next load on. Yeah, right, turning in here. And there we have the municipal airport. So, taxi, let's go. Alright, welcome. So parking brake can be set, and let's see. Generators can both come off. Thrust is full idle. Let's feather the props and take the fuel to off. Magnetos can both come off, and we can actually see. So yes, let's get the beacon light off. Navigation light can stay as is. Prop sync can stay as is. Let's open the doors for our passengers. So master inverter and standby inverter can come off, and the battery. And well, let's go and get outside. Alright, excuse me. So let's set the trucks and let's go and get our next VIP. Well, the ones over here, they are unloading themselves. And we have now gotten our next flight plan. We are now going to be flying up to Kilo Bravo Oscar Kilo, or in other words, we're going to fly up to Brookings Airport. Hopefully we can land, because there is currently IFR conditions up there, but if you're lucky, we can. It's an overcast at 600 feet for now, but that might change. There's still a little bit to fly. But let's see. Let's go and get the aircraft loaded up. So, it's been a little bit of a time, so let's go and get the payload loaded up. So we are still at 91 kilograms, and we're going to be carrying, let's see, I believe there's 5 people this time as well. Yes, so 5 people and same amount of baggage. This time going to be 77 kilograms, and let's add a little bit the most to the front. That's and let's see, for fuel 303, so let's just add a little bit extra. I can have a maximum of 645, so 464, that should be more than enough for us. And let's go and see. Both engines itself looks good. We have some vaporized fuel, but that should be no problem. So, feathers to max. And let's see, battery on. Let's close the door. So, let's see. Fuel pump on the left, on. Turn on the magnetos on, actually. So, fuel, max on both, and thrust to full. And let's try not to flood the engine at the same time. Do the same for the other side of the engine. This time I'm going to start engine number 1 before we start engine number 2, just so we get some even time on both engines. And as you can see, the fuel pump is struggling a little bit, just because the fuel vapor locks, the fuel vapors in the lines is fighting against the pump. So let's see, number 1. So thrust to roughly quarter, start. Alright, number 1 is now running. Generator, master inverter, and the on. Alright, let's remove the trucks and let's close the door. Alright, thrust reduced down to 1200 RPM. And let's get the aircraft flight plan put in as well. So let's see, flight plan, we are currently at Watsonville and we're going to fly to the, via the Charlie, Hot Alpha, Whiskey Zulu, and to the Kilo Bravo Oscar Kilo, or Brookings as it is also called. Departure out of Watsonville will be departing off runway Galk 109. And our transition today will be the Chavs, same waypoint we put in. Let's load that up. And procedure, we're going to, for arrival into Brookings, approach will be RNAV for now. And I'm going to put the Charlie Echo Charlie waypoint as, or VOR as our transition. And let's go. So, Squawk 2000, no, I believe it is not 2000, we're going to use 3712. We are currently on Unicom and we can now get the engine to start on number 2. Waiting for engine to stabilize. Select both to semi-idle and let's see. Today we're going to be flying at flight level 260 for cruise. So let's make sure the cabin is actually prepared for that. So let's see, flight level 26, and I'm going to add just another 500 feet just in case. So let's see. We have our engines are both idling nicely. We are the 26 flight level 26 is set. Navigation mode can be active. We are on the pitch mode. Pitot tubes can both be heated. Windshield can be heated. Left generator on. Cowl flaps are both open. Left is clear, right is clear. So flaps full down. Alright, flap full down, so let's just take you down to the approach mode, or takeoff mode in this case. Parking brake can come off, and let's get going. Isn't really any time for us to waste, so we're going to taxi to runway 09. In our case, we're going to be taxiing straight down the same, more or less the same way we came from, and then continuing on from there. To the right here.
Approaching 20.
And let's see, we're going to take the taxi by Charlie down here, yes, to runway 09. Alright, left is clear, right is clear. Reduce our speed and let's get turning. So into runway, taxi by Alpha. So left clear, right clear, we are good. So, pitch trim electric on, prop sync is already on, thrust is symmetrical on the levers. Alright, cabin
Approaching 09.
Alright, so cabin temperature switches and the switches levers can be pushed in a little bit. And let's just click. Let's go and get so use our much runway as we can.
On runway 09.
So, strobe lights on, landing lights on, we are good on this page. Ignitions are select fuel pumps, can come on. Just pushing out thrust. Alright, brakes off. Alright, 70 knots, 80 knots, and 90 knots, nose up, pass the rate of climb gear up, get the flight director on. So, autopilot on, flaps up, blower to maximum, sorry, low, and we are climbing. So, aircraft is cleared. Let's increase our rate of climb a little bit. Going to pull the thrust back a little bit, not much. And the right turn after departure, good. So, boost pumps can actually come off. Alright, we can turn the fan off now. Temperature is good in the cockpit then. So, let's see. Passing 1800 feet, climb out is going very good. Going to be climbing straight out, and after that continuing straight, more or less dead north. And yes, so I don't believe there is much more for me to say, so I will just stop talking and talk to us. We are descending into Brookings, our destination. $10,500 feet. We're now inbound to Brookings. I hope weather is still overcast, as you can see, with the ceiling being at 1,036,600 feet. So we are going to be descending to 500 feet, and then we're going to take it from there. We are flying in over the sea. There is nothing we can hit out in the sea at that altitude, so we can descend to that altitude. And we are going to be flying VFRs until we get below the clouds. So let's see, we are now descending, and as you can see, it's starting to get dark, so I have to get the lights on. So landing lights on, let's get the taxi lights, can stay off for now, and let's get you on. And start. Roger that. So we are now flying the VO, the RNAV approach. What the hell are you doing? Time. Alright, we are on. Alright, had to make sure I wasn't doing anything weird on time warp. Alright, we are now going to hit the cloud layer. So let's see, we have all the landing lights on, and it might be a little bit disorienting once you're flying into the clouds, but that should be okay. Weather radar on. And let's see, we take you to, you are in heading mode, yes. So flying into runway 12, so we don't have to do a little bit of a turn. And hopefully we won't be recreating the famous JFK crash. I will be doing my best to try to avoid that. Alright, let's do a turn out to sea and then come in again. So the plan is right here to fly out towards the bay and then swoop around and then come back in for our attempt to land. The runway 12 is also, sorry, actually going to be aiming for, let's see, winds are the best, so we're actually going to have to go around the other way. Creepy. Alright. Reducing our rate of descent a little bit just so we don't run the risk of smashing into the ground. Right, 1800 feet. All right, 1000 feet to go. All right, coastline is already coming into view. Let's see, get the red floodlight and the white down. And let's see, 800 feet. All right, close U. All right, currently at 900 feet. Let's get the recognition light off because they're just useless. So, thrust to max, flaps 1, increasing the thrust just so we actually can get some power. Alright, 1200 feet, should be seeing the runway shortly. Disconnecting you and flying manually from here. Alright, airport started coming into view. Flight director off. Alright, we have the runway barely in sight, but we have it in sight nonetheless. Alright, now it's telling us we are too low, which is acceptable at only 1800 feet. So, runway in sight, no traffic inbound. We are go for landing. So, gear down. So, let's try to reduce our power. Sorry, thrust and speed to 100-ish knots. Alright, flaps full. So, gear down, trigger in, flaps full, and lights on. Speed. Check 100 knots.
Approaching 1, 2.
1, 2, confirm. So, 40 knots.
300 meters remaining.
Alright, let's go and get the aircraft turned around.
On runway 30.
So, flaps can come up, take the landing lights can come off, strobe light can come off as well, don't need those. And let's get that taxi ourselves into the stand so we can get parking and get the VIPs offloaded and get on our next bunch of people. So let's see, where is that off turn? Ah, coming up. So let's reduce our speed and let's turn right here. Alright, so here we have the airport building. And let's park here. So, parking brake, set, thrust, full idle, mixtures can't come off. Props to 0, that's stow U. So, generator 1 and 2 off, master inverter off, and avionics master off. Beacon light select off. Let's get some white panel lights on. And let's see. So we have light down here, light can stay on for now, heater heat can come off, window heat can come off, I'm just going to get a flashlight. So lights off, you can go in, magnetos can both come off, and I believe we are good. Taxi light off, and we are good. Battery off. So let's go and get off the door open for passengers. Alright, so let's go and set the trucks quickly, and while the passengers are deboarding, let's go and get a building and let's get our next flight plan and our final destination to Victoria in the... Alright, next flight plan to Victoria has been received, and let's go and get the aircraft loaded up and going. Don't need to do a walk around, the aircraft is... So we just did a flight with it. So let's go into the cockpit seat, get the flashlight on, And let's see, before we do anything else, let's get some power in this aircraft. So battery on. And we have some lights. Let's get some lights on for the passenger as well. So we have lights on for passengers. Let's get the aircraft loaded up and then we get starting with engine number 2. So for this flight, we're gonna carry the same as we did it all the 2 times. Passengers 82 kilograms minimum, and 125 kilograms of cargo. So 100 and then 27. That's good enough. All right, for fuel, same as last time. A little bit extra should there we are. So gross weight limits, wheel chocks, you can remove those at the same time. And let's see, fuel pump started on U, and let's get the fuel to max, props to full, and thrust to max, or sorry, total max open. Started. All right, we have battery master and everything else on. 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, engine is running. Generator almost as soon as possible. Alright, engine is running. Let's reduce the thrust so we can get it down to 1200 RPM. Roughly there. Alright, close the nose door. Let's get the Piston loaded on, and let's get the aircraft the rest of the way. So, master avionics and avionics master on. The flight plan has been filled with local government. So, let's see, U and on. Alright, let's get the flight plan loaded up. So we are flying from Brookings where we are right now. So flying via the Oscar Tango Hotel to the Oscar November Papa Alpha Sierra Tango U, and then it's going to be the Oscar Lima Mike. After that it's going to be to Charlie Whiskey Whiskey. And after that, we're going to be to Victoria Airport. And let's see, departure out of Brookings. We have no departure, so just straight out. And yes, that is good on that page. So, flight take you to the map and you to U. So, fuel pump, max. Get the fuel pump into number U. While that is doing that, passengers have been boarded. Let's close the door behind them. And let's get some fuel into our engine. So, let's make sure we don't do full. Good enough for me. Thrust to the 3/4 and start. So, 2 good starts. Selecting you to flight level 260. So, generator on. So, 2 good engine start. Generators are both on. Cowl flaps. Have to open those. Alright, we are good, so let's get the lights in the cabin turned off. Get the overhead lights in the cockpit turned off, and let's get the white light away as well. Alright, red light is good, taxi light on. So, flaps for takeoff, heat on, max blower. And get maximum heat from engines as well. And we can, let's see, double check our altimeter 3010 set. And let's see, parking brake off. Take an immediate left hand turn. And we are moving, so let's go and get turn onto the runway. So let's see, departing runway 12, yes.
Approaching 12.
Alright, we're just gonna enter the runway straight away, so strobe to recognition light and strobe lights on.
On runway 30. 200 meters remaining.
Alright, let's put it to the cabin temperature. So coming up on the end, do a turnaround and then just straight takeoff from there.
30 meters remaining. On runway 12.
So, parking brakes off. And we are rolling. So 40 knots, 60 knots, 80 knots, lift off. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Flight director on, put you to navigation mode. Alright, so a right turn just so we don't have to crash into the mountains, which I really do not want to do. So right, safe speed, flaps up. Autopilot can come on. Jesus Christ. Blower, only blower. So, recognition light can come off, taxi light can come off. So, we are now climbing to flight level 260. Going to be the same as we did last time. So, 2,000 feet. There's much more for me to say, so I will say enjoy the flight and I will talk to you on descending into Victoria. Twelve 12,000 feet, we're now descending into Victoria. We're actually descending by Actually, this.
November 422, which approach are you planning today?
We'll prefer to use the visual approach to runway 09 if possible, November 422.
I'm sorry, say again, which type of approach, the RNAV or the ILS?
It's possible to use the visual, but if not, then I would like to use the ILS, but I would prefer visual, November 422.
Okay, no, I understand now. Roger. Okay, if you get a little closer, I'll point out the airport, but for now, it's about 2 o'clock, 20 miles.
For now, can you be following the track and then you will call me out, but it was at the 2 o'clock, 20 miles south, November 422.
Roger, just advise them when you have it in sight, thanks.
Alright, so landing lights can come on, and we are now descending, so let's see. Close you a little bit. So let's see, as soon as we get the airport in sight, we're going to manually fly in. Alright, let's change the procedure to visual as well. So let's see. Visual, runway 09 and low approach. Alright, we have the airport in sight. Let's see, 20-ish miles out, 7,000 feet, yeah. Victoria approach November 422 airport in sight.
November 422, roger. Clear the visual approach runway 09.
Cleared visual runway 09, November 422. So we are now cleared the visual runway in sight. And it's going to be, let's see, we have the parallel runway, so that one over there. Currently no traffic inbound, so I'm taking control and flying us in manually. Alright, below 10,000, so let's reduce our speed. So 1,000 feet to go, and let's see, minimums. Oh, let's see, 2,000 feet should be fine for us. In other words, in case we don't see the air, in case we lose sight of the runway. If we are below 2,000 feet, I can double check what the localizer is actually. Let's see, I'm just gonna see if there is a visual chart. Uh, 1,500 feet should be fine, but we are runway and airport in sight, so we should be no problem for us going straight in. Alright, so I'm guessing we're roughly 13 miles out. Alright, we are going to land on the runway which is going to be parallel to us, more or less. It's going to become an airport map. So let's see, we are looking at runway 2114. So Victoria Airport has, to those who don't know, 3 runways. We are aiming for 09. So the trick is to line up against the correct one. And let's see. So let's see, we are seeing 03 there, so we're going to land on that runway over there, seems like. Looks like we have some terrain below us. Alright, take it down to minimums of 1500 feet. Alright, 1000 feet to go. Alright, 03. That the runway 09 is over there. So, gear down.
Second tour 422, your third land runway 09, wind 1009.
Clear to land 09, November 422. So, trust the max. Same goes for fuel. Alright, 09 coming up. Alright, a little bit high, but speed is good.
Flaps. Flaps.
Flaps full, increasing thrust. Just so we don't stall out. Lights on. Trim. And 100 knots, so increasing thrust.
Too high. Too high.
We are not too high.
Unstable. Unstable. Approaching 09.
Good. Got that a decent landing.
Victoria Terminal, hello again. Code Special 1000 Delta Airborne out of Bellingham, 1000 passengers, climbing 5000.
Alright, welcome to the ground.
November 100 Juliet Delta, Victoria Terminal, good day again. You're identified.
900 meters remaining.
Climb 16,000, 100 Juliet Delta.
Alright, here comes the turn off. So let me turn off right here. So, runway lights off, beacon lights off, strobe light off. So, let's see, flaps up,
November 100 Juliet Delta, contact Seattle Center.
blower can come off.
3545, good day.
Alright, ground.
Juliet Delta, good day.
And let's see, we are coming up here. So here we have the General Aviation area, exactly where we are going to park. So let's try to be careful and actually line up. And park. So, parking brake set, thrust full idle, get some lights on here. So, fuel off, magnetos can both come off.
November 422, I see you're at the gate there. Thank you very much for flying in.
Thank you for the service. Have a nice evening, November 422. So, take the
Roger.
avionics master can come off, and we are on battery power now. So, beacon light, navigation light off, taxi light select off. We have you off. Everything looking great, so Peter heat and windshield heat off. And let's see, other than that, we are good. So, let's get the passenger off. And let's see. Shocks can be set. Let's get the control locks both on. And of course, battery off. And let's go outside. And let's park up our plane for the night. Turn off my flashlight. So, welcome to the apron. So, let's get the pitot cover and side report cover on. Let's also put in the engine covers at the same time, and we are good on both sides. Perfect parking. Alright, so close the door behind us. And welcome to Victoria, buddy. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my playlist for more awesome videos, and if you enjoyed the video, check out my channel page for more awesome videos, and I will see you in the next video. Fly well out, have an awesome day, and goodbye.